Since we last spoke, it's been crazy. We're in the summer times. The weather is just like, yeah, it is what it is. The heat is now crushing in. It's May, and we're getting things the way they're supposed to be. Yeah. Well, there's something I would like to tell you about. Something has just crossed my mind, and I said, "No, I gotta address this thing out." And yeah, I just need this guy to do the car wash here. To take card payment. All right. Okay. All right. I was just paying off to do my car was a little dusty. To avoid fines in this country. If your vehicle gets to be so dirty, it's crazy. So, well, in UAE, you gotta follow the rules, man. You just make sure you don't get heavy fines and stuff like that. Your vehicles have to be cleaned. Everything is just by system. Like you don't get screwed over like crazy. Back home, it's a long story short. But anyway, there's something I just want to address right now that it's really eating my mind, man. I just feel so sad that it's happening. Well, now this is about looking for jobs in UAE. If you come to this country and you're gonna look for jobs, the three things that I want you to put in the back of your mind, man. UAE is like any other country. You gotta work hard and find a job. They'll recruit you on merit. Some companies are really unfortunate. They find loopholes and they do things against the law, but you gotta be very careful on that. But this is just something I want to say. When you fly in the country, people have this mentality of giving you the dreams. When you go to UAE, things will be like, no, it's like any other country. You see, this is not a country whereby you'll find that people will just come and just do whatever they have to do, unskilled, and you think you'll just come and get money and just wash it up like that. No, the country ain't like that. You gotta really apply for jobs, show up for interviews, and make sure your resume is on point. You see? Now, what do I want to talk about? Don't get your hope up so high that you'll just come here and get things like on a silver plate and do, man. You gotta work so hard, and being that it's a competitive world, it is like any other country. You gotta put in your work and make things happen. Okay, now the kind of jobs that I usually see here, this is a business state. People come here for sales, customer service, security. I would say security as well, but security is more of customer service. The drivers, the chauffeurs, and all that, because this is a business state. You see, so organize before you fly in the country. Get to know what platforms here. By the way, this is a country where, but you don't walk in like your hawkers and you just drop your CVs like crazy. No, you gotta do it online. I'll list some of the legit platforms that you can use to apply for jobs. Get to see what kind of resume they do accept in this country. This is a country whereby they need to know your nationality. I'm surprised that happens, but it is what it is. That is the bureaucracy that happens around. Like when you go in Germany, they also have their own stuff. I've traveled a lot, so I know some little different things that when you go to the certain society, that is how they do the stuff. You gotta do it. See? Don't bring your stubbornness from back, wherever you're from, and you're like, hey, why do they do these things like that? Why do they ask my nationality? That is what they do here. So you gotta mention your nationality. Make sure your resume is on point. Okay. List the most recent job that you're doing right now. Just do that. Don't give the HR time to go through like he's reading some article on something like that. No. Mention your nationality, and you just have a caption on top of there, description to sell yourself, And it would be also important to list, to attach your cover letter onto that. It spices up, like Yenny. When, they go through that, they will see that, okay, right, this guy is taking more time to give more information about what he does. When it comes to the referrals here, come on, man. I met so many guys who really do this, and you say referrals upon request. Why the hell would you let me again contact you for you to give me the referrals or whatever? Give everything at once to the human resource. Let them do whatever they gotta do. You are selling yourself to get the job. So if you do not get that in order, man, your resume will be flashed like crazy. Thousands of people looking for jobs. The job market is going crazy. So in the back of your mind, get to know what kind of resume they do need here. Secondly, what kind of jobs There's some jobs that people come in here that I've seen so many people, health and safety, caregivers, nurses, and all this. Man, you ain't got any experience in this kind of field, and you do want to come here. Yes, you will study, yes, get the certification, yes, but you do not have the experience. Come on, don't waste your time on certain kind of jobs like that. I honestly tell you, you will bounce around and you won't make it happen. And there's some nationalities as well that are better in those fields. Okay, so being an African, I would say there's some kind of jobs whereby you really have to prove yourself worth. One thing I have to know is that in Africa, in UAE here, is that the best customer service nationalities are Filipinos. Now, these are people, whether they're stressed at home, whether they do it, they'll keep smiling. Whether they're hungry, whether the salary has been delayed, they'll keep smiling on their face. Man, niggas can't do that. So if there's an option for me to choose someone to be the face of the company, of course, I'll choose the Asians because they keep on smiling. They're not aggressive. They're not that. I'm not saying Africans are, but Africans have that kind of patience, if you know what I mean. All right, point three is that make sure you get a SIM card. On your resume, do not put you know, your country's number. Make sure your email is active and you've got a UAE number that they're going to contact you from. Don't put your back home number and stuff like that. And be upfront. Don't waste time and give, experiences that you do not have. These things will not work out. These things they'll just blow your mind and waste your time dropping all that. And something before I forget is that the resume has to be make it advanced, like in one page. Don't give me 3 pages and something like that. If it was HR, I'll just flash this thing out. One page, that's it. Be simple and precise, okay? When it comes to the past dues and the previous jobs that you're doing, just make bulletins. That's it. Don't explain how this happened and that happened. That one can be verbal when you're in the interview. You can, say whatever you gotta do. That's the time for you. Now, by the time they call you for an interview or whatever, you get a response. It could not be a call or a response. That means out of thousands, the first screening they've done and they've looked at your resume and they've said, it's worth something. So some of them are like electronic interviews. They'll send you an email just to follow up, just to see how will you respond back. What is your turnaround time to respond to your emails and things like that. Okay, that is if depending on the job description. HRs can ask any questions. There is no formula that HRs can ask this question and this, and you go with the question in the back of your mind. You're like, okay, these are the questions they're going to ask. I'm going to answer this. When they ask you, okay, talk about yourself. This is what's going to happen. Okay, where are you from? Okay, they'll give you challenges and all that. But so things are different. They are not the same. So make sure something is smelling like burning. What the hell? Yeah, so this is how some things happen like that. So I would really encourage you to make sure that your resume is on point, and that's it. Don't beat around the bush. So put in the back of your mind that there is a possibility. This is the fourth thing I would like to share. In the back of your mind, make sure that you understand that there's a possibility that you may have to renew your visa. Don't come with a plan thinking that, okay, this is what is going to happen. Guaranteed, no. There's a possibility that you may walk away in the fast visa without you getting any kind of job. Believe me on that. That is crazy. But it's the fact. You gotta put that in the back of your mind that is possible. It could happen. And trust me, 99% that will happen. You see? So some of you say it's about luck. Well, I don't know. But what I say, the more you put in, the more you do that. So when you do come in this country and you're looking for jobs, make sure you're really good at computer, right? You know how to upload files, you know how to make your CVs and all that. Make sure you make multiple CVs. If it is a sales resume, do not make it general. Now, there's some crazy people I found on the way and they ask for help, and I'm a people's person. I love talking to people, like. And you're like, okay, what are you doing here? Like, you're hanging around. There's a guy I wanted to meet, actually, but unfortunately, he's having some issues with the company. That's a story for another day. I hope one day he can sit down with me and I can have an interview with him and we can talk about how crazy his company has been, man. This is a guy who came from India. He's a brother of mine. And his company tried to screw him. They tried to force him to sign resignation letters that actually they're really screwing him up, you know. That is something for another day. Hopefully when he gets time and he's free. I won't mention the company because of, you know, legal issues. I don't want to get sued for all that. But he will give us his experience, and you will listen to him and what he will be saying. How crazy, man, some companies are, man. So you got to watch out for that. All right. So this is what I'm trying to say. Things don't sometimes go as planned. Okay. So when you get in here, you have, let's say you're looking for particular jobs. Don't come in the country and say, no, I just want to be an accountant. Man, it won't happen. You'll be so lucky, man. I think you'll be Jesus's like cousin for you to just fly in and you get a job. Once if that happens, you are crazy lucky, man. I'm telling you. That is lucky, like I would say, superstar, if you know what I mean. So come in here with about multiple jobs that you can do. The jobs that you may think about, you're like, okay, fine. I think I'm gonna do customer service. Customer services and sales are customer service and sales can be defined almost in the same way, but they are different. A sales executive can handle both. You know how to pitch, you know how to identify a customer, you see, and you know how to close. But a customer service agent, you just there to give information. You don't have the zeal to drive to close a sale. You're just there to give information, make sure that people are attended to, keep smiling, and that's it. With a sales agent, you gotta be hungry for sales. Just know you've got a target. Okay. So most companies here will give you whatever they have to do, and they say, okay, now this is your salary and this is your achievement. When you achieve both, you get your salary be increased more like that. So literally, they are not the same. So when you're making a resume for both of these, they totally different. Don't generalize a CV that a secretary, a customer service agent, and a sales agent, or even marketing under one resume. No. Sending emails to companies. When you upload on these platforms, okay, let's say Gulf Talent, Indeed, you've got LinkedIn, you all this. You see the company has advertised for a certain job. Do not just upload and keep it right up there. No. Still go to the company itself web page, because company use platforms because they know these platforms have got, you know, footfall. Many applicants go there to do what? To search for jobs. So it's easier for them. It will help so much more if you also go to the company itself's website. Do some research about the company and drop your CV directly to the HR. If I was HR, I would understand, oh, this dude has gone an extra mile to make this happen. He really needs a job. This would be a plus point. I would say, okay, fine. Just make sure your resume is on point. You can check on Google the updated resumes 2026, how do they look like, whatever. And it may not be needed, but it adds a plus. Attach your cover letter onto that. All right? And make sure you are available at all costs. When you're applying for jobs, your phone should be open 24/7. You never know when the call will come in. If I was HR and I call you once and I don't get you, I'll call somebody else and that spot is taken. Look, you're not a specialist. The kind of job you're looking for is a regular job. You can easily be replaced. So competition is stiff. Competition is really on point, and there's no time wasting. Each day you fly in the country, just know every day that goes by is a visa counted down off your visa. So there's no time to waste. So if it's 90 days, come on, man. You don't have extremely 90 days. You got about 26, because whoever sponsored you, or a tour and travel agency sponsored you, you gotta, you know, they'll start calling you like, hey, what's up? Today is the 26th day. Are you exiting or you want to renew? Because they do not want to get fined by the immigration, if you know what I mean. So if someone sponsors you, whoever's giving you the visa to come in here, they'll make sure that the visa that they have uphold onto your passport, they have to renew it, or you got to go off their account. So that's how it works in this place. So the many things that they put in consideration when you're coming in this country. Now, there's this other thing. I'm just going to brush over it, but I think it's something that you should also think about. If your expenses are going to equate to almost 4 to 5,000 in 3 months. It depends. I don't know. How does it come to that money? Let's say you're going to renew your visa again. I don't know how much you spend on a ticket. I don't know how much you're going to, let's say, you're going to do shared accommodation or whatever it is. Accommodation here could cost you around, let's do the months. The visa will cost you about like 1,000 or less, or 1,200, depending where you got it from. Okay, then you'll add up, expenses of transport left and right. Within 3 months, you can easily close to 1,000 dirhams as well. Okay, so that's 2,200. Okay, now it's feeding. You gotta eat food. All right, I would say about like 600 to 800 dirhams. Okay, all right, that's how much? 2 plus 6. All right, that's 2,800. All right, well, coming close to what I'm trying to say. There's something what we call a freelance visa. So in that month, these are things that I know you're gonna spend. You're gonna spend on that. I did not actually talk about transport as well. Sometimes you use public transport, which is the bus, or there's a taxi in case the place you're going to does not have a bus route. You gotta take a taxi. All right, you gotta have talk time on your phone. So these things that keep on bouncing in and out, I would say 3,000 on flat. That is the amount that most probably you may spend. Now, if you're going to renew the visa for another 90 days, how much is this? That is 6,000. So this is what I'm trying to say. There's what we call a freelance visa. I'm just going to brush over it. This is something I want you to think about before you come in the country. What kind of job am I going to do? In the UAE right now, it's legalized that you can do part-time. However, your previous sponsor has to give you no objection that you got to cover this. I'll cover this in detail in some time just to tell you how this works and what are the pros and cons about this. But you got to think about that as well. Then you coming in the country and you spend all this crazy money. At the end of the day, you start disturbing people back home that please, I have to renew my visa. Sometimes you end up going and overstay and crazy things like that. And maybe you working on a visit visa. It is illegal to work on a visit visa. The companies that will make you work on visit visas, if a company asks you that, please run. Those are devils. Run like crazy. If a company asks you, if anyone asks you for money to pay for a job, run. That's crazy. Man, you're looking for a job. Why would I again pay money to get a job? So many stupid companies will go online and post jobs. When you go for the interview, they'll tell you, okay, for you to go through the next level, you got to pay 200 dirhams. You got to pay this amount of dirhams. You understand? That is bullshit. I've fallen victim for this for some time back. This is about like 5 years ago. But now, I now know. I'm just sharing information about this. Right now, I'm a businessman. I manage entities and companies. So this is what I do with my part-time. And the rest of I'm trying to build up this platform. So my job is to travel around the world and see what happens. But as I'm in here, I just want to share the experiences that I've seen. I've met some people that are willing to share also this information. And I believe you will learn more when you get to know from first hand what the experiences will be about. So there's a lot that I want to talk about. But because of time, this just came to my mind. I said, man, let me drop this and share it to you because it's been a long time coming. You're my family, man. For those who are really watching my videos and, give me thumbs on that to encourage me to keep pushing on this. It's not easy. I'm really trying to find time to shoot videos for YouTube because YouTube is now a thing today. YouTube is a job. It's a full-time job. So I'm trying to see how this can happen. And because I'm a traveler as well. So it is what it is, So this is a little different from, things that I do, but it's some information that I said I want to pass on just to let you know what is important if you come in this country to find a job. Nevertheless, if you're happy, you're feeling good, and you're taking care of yourself, that is really cool because health is the number one thing. Believe that. You take care of yourself and see you next time. Peace. Adios.